No, no, no. See, I'm gonna clarify this one more time. How you doing, Rachella? I did not contact a courthouse. If people would have took a look at the link, then I'm gonna put it up again. Right after this. I'm gonna show you what Dayton mediation is. If she would have took 5 minutes to take a look at the link that I sent, she would see it's not a courthouse. All right, that's not a big effing no-no, Rachella. And you know I got respect for you. This community has gone to shit because it's now okay. No one bats an eye that these people are accumulating people's information. Well, I didn't accumulate your information, Sarah. You seem to forget when you put your address up here for everyone to see and dared people to come over. Remember that? As soon as you looked at that camera and told me, if you don't think I'll go real life on you, then you're wrong. I went back to that video, and that's how I got your address, because you gave it. Dun, dun, dun. So I didn't accumulate nothing. It seems to be no problem when, and Wendy's so desperately trying to get me, to get you to boot me. Look at her. Okay? And as far as that Kathy lady came up there, nobody mic dropped on me. You can try and spin that all you want to. You're the one that looks like an idiot, not me. Okay? When you look at a camera and you tell somebody, if you don't think I'll go real life on you, you're wrong, and you've got your address up in another video, you think they're not going to go write that down? You did it, not me. I've had your address for the longest time because you gave it to us. You gave it to the whole community. I think Laura had you pegged right. No, Rachella, what I did was, see, Rachella, what you don't understand is this video that she put up, which had nothing to do with my children, was part of a CPS call that full-on drama perpetrated, and they came over here and questioned my children in a sexual manner because of that video. And then she accidentally puts it back up because they're all looking at it in their Discord laughing about it. This is what it is, right? And of course, I wanted to show Sarah the letters that we got from CPS that show there's absolutely nothing wrong over here. But she accidentally puts it back up. So I wanted to mediate the situation so it doesn't happen again. So my 11-year-old and 10-year-old daughters don't get questioned because of some idiot on YouTube making videos out of context. That's why I wanted to mediate the situation. Now, let's go back to what Dayton mediation is again. A quick Google search would show this, what this is. Now, this is the safety building in which she says, I don't go down there, Brian. I don't go down to the city. But you also made a comment. I know lots of people that work for Montgomery County. You said that once. Work for, yeah. But it's not a court thing. It's a judicial, it's set up by the city and the courts, right?
Conflict really knocks us off our feet. It makes us unsure of ourselves, frustrated, angry. Our ability to listen and understand where the other person is coming from is challenged because we're trying to protect ourselves, because when we're in conflict, it's very painful and it feels like we're being under attack. My name is Sharice D. Hairston, and I am a mediation specialist at the Dayton Mediation Center.
The premise of community mediation is that we get volunteers from the community to help act as the mediators to come to the mediation center and help people manage their conflicts differently. I'm Michelle Zaremba, and I'm the coordinator of the mediation center. The Dayton Mediation Center was created in 1987, and it's one of the first community mediation centers in Ohio and in the nation. This came out of a need back in the 70s of people relying on court systems and police departments, and people saying there's got to be a better way to handle conflicts instead of going through these formal systems.
There was a lot of dissatisfaction with the court system and the backlog of cases and the quality of justice that people were receiving. And so mediation became a way to help them reduce their docket and get cases through their court systems.
So if neighbors call, let's say they're having a conflict from barking dogs, loud noise, cars, where people are parking, they can call the mediation center and talk to somebody about their situations. And it's really their opportunity to say what they need to say, hear what the other has to say, and then make some decisions about what they want to do with their situation.
The conflict is very alienating and there are hard feelings, and to try to create a solution from that place will produce a solution that will not stick, it won't last. And so if you can help people shift out of that negative place to a more constructive place where they're listening better, they're understanding better, they're making sense of the conflict and what it means for them, that's how you get lasting resolution. And so that's really the essence of transformative mediation.
When my oldest son was younger, he got into an altercation with another child at school, and it was referred from the juvenile court center to the Dayton Mediation Center. We went there together, and they facilitated a conversation between both of the boys and both sets of parents. There was no judges, anything like that to tell us what we had to do. We were able to come to conclusions on our own, and I felt really good about that. My name is Jennifer Eck, and I am a volunteer mediator at the Dayton Mediation Center.
A typical mediation session runs anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. And what you have in that mediation session is you have a mediator and or two mediators that are working together. And what will happen when people are in conflict, they may only see one option to resolve the conflict. And as they begin to talk, other options reveal themselves to them. More solutions, creative solutions. There's better understanding between each other. And they begin to see that maybe it was a miscommunication, or maybe they get a chance to apologize for something they said or did that was hurtful. All those things kind of come out, and it's a really magical process.
I think what I like the best is maybe a little selfish, and that's just the feeling that you have when you walk out of a mediation and there's laughter where once there was not. It makes you feel like you're doing something to help somebody, and that makes me feel good, and that's what I like the most about it.
So if one side calls and seeks some help and they were referred by the police department, the calls decrease by 50%. If those parties decide to actually mediate, the calls essentially go away. People, not only are they working out their situations, and it's reducing conflict in the community, reducing resources that are needed to deal with these conflicts, but they're also learning a new skill. So they're learning how to manage their conflict differently.
We are really the local experts on conflict management in the area. It really is our volunteers who make the organization what it is and make it so great. And so it's just really an honor to be with people who, on any given Saturday, who could sleep in or watch cartoons with their kids. They come to the mediation center and work with people who are having a really difficult time. And they give of themselves that way. They give of their hearts. They're passionate about giving back to their community. And they're able to help people in a really direct way. And so it's just a beautiful thing.
So if she would have took 5 minutes to take a look at this, she might have thought it was a good idea, because I always thought that, when she's up there doing these things with Brandon and the right way to do recovery, and is to meet and through therapy and to go to meetings and to resolve the situation by talking it out. That's what recovery is about. Okay? People said I tried to bully her with this. By sitting down and constructively talking about the situation. And Wendy, oh, just boot him. Just boot him. Whatever, Wendy. Whatever. Remember, Wendy, remember this. Serendipity used to bulldog for Laura, who you can't seem to keep out of your mouth. But anybody, maybe Trish would like to do this one Saturday. That because this is how you resolve issues the adult way. And nobody came on Sarah's panel to own or to mic drop me. I respected Kathy's opinion, but she didn't know the history. She didn't know what I was talking about. And what everybody seems to forget about is children were hurt and questioned about a video that she made that had nothing to do with them. So you all run along with that. Now, this is just me speaking. My resolve would be to not see that video pop up again accidentally. And I wanted to sit down with Sarah and show her the paperwork that shows what that video did, what the end result of it was, and how we can keep this accident from happening again. Okay? I did the right thing. And I like it when I think it's funny when people say, what is this man doing in a woman's drama? Don't be sexist. Randy said that while she had a man up on her panel. Don't be sexist. This is not your community. It doesn't belong to you. Just think what the world would be like without men in it. It'd all be lickety split, wouldn't it? You don't own YouTube. So I had to explain this once again. Sarah doesn't do her research. And what got left out of the whole thing is how her video, that had nothing to do with her kids, because she was bulldogging for Laura, whom I get along with Laura now. We're not friends or anything, but we can coexist. I talk to her a lot. But how that video affected children. And that's what you guys try to deflect from over there today. Nobody mic dropped me. And you booted me when you said, you're trying to bully me by putting my name out there and sending it out to people when I asked you. So you think that someone who puts people's names and addresses out to resolve an issue legally is bullying. That's when you booted me because you couldn't answer it, because that's exactly what Diane did.